See, the thing I love most is when people don't judge my life because I can just kick my own thoughts. I don't have to try to entertain people. I can just like talk. And when you're just talking, it really makes you like think. And see, most people can't talk by themselves. They can't have conversations. And people will pay you premium to mouth their things. Damn. But what do I know? Everybody wants to play cool kids and work in the office. Shake my head. All right. So like what I'm trying to explain to people is the beauty of like the of you as an adult as you start to grow is that you still retain your essence of your childhood or your childlike behavior, but you learn how to refine yourself into a more like distilled, better version. So like there is no thing about growing up. It's like you just refine. So you're like when you're born as a man, you're like crude oil. There's all this potential and shit. But the problem is like when you get money or when people are you professional? No, I'm becoming well, I am giving a gift. I am a gift rapper because I'm gifting you guys logic and bars and game in the form of elementary rhymes. And then eventually I'll evolve and get a higher vocabulary and faster, and I'll learn how to do it quicker because I'm an athlete and because I'm a fighter. And here's another thing guys don't need to they need to understand. It's like your ability, like any job, anything that you have becomes exponentially greater depending upon your skill set and knowledge and your physical abilities. So when you combine all those things, like one of the things I realized as a handyman is that I'm killing my competition as a handyman because I come in the game with a bunch of refined skills. I'm not just a handyman. Like I had a whole life experience of so many different things prior to becoming a handyman. Like I was a fighter, I was a teacher, I was a referee, I was a tutor, I was a tech lab, I worked in the laboratory, I was a biology guy. I did so many different jobs. So when I'm coming into as a handyman, I'm like super S class handyman. See, like handyman is just a title, just a job. But depending on how built you are as a human being, you're gonna be better than the average person because you put yourself in a position to be better. So I know the more I study, the more I read, the more I train, the better I become as a human being, the better I become as a handyman, and I get more money out of it. And people start to look at me almost like as this like figure of like light. It's very strange. It's a cool phenomenon. And I really wish I could film like a lot of my interactions I have with people. But I'm becoming a full time rapper because I realize the young people can't read. We're gonna get to Dylan Dennis and Logan Paul, but I think Logan Paul's gonna beat him because Logan Paul is a fucking juice head and he has way more physical capabilities than Dylan. And if this was an actual fight, Dylan would kill him, but it's boxing and boxing is not real. So I think Dylan's gonna probably gas out probably by the third round. And Logan's just gonna beat up on him. And plus, he's much bigger. He's a much bigger man. And if you're going against two guys who are not particularly skilled, the bigger man typically has a better chance at winning because just the mass and getting hit, it means more. And if the guy doesn't know what he's doing as far as how to clip him, he gets in a little bit more trouble. But anyway, becoming a professional rapper, what I realize is I have so much game to give. And if I'm a very good writer of just like writing, all you gotta do is just make things rhyme and put a message in between. And what I realize what most rappers are not very good human beings. When I say not good human beings, I mean like they don't do anything outside of rapping. All they do is they live a lifestyle. So like I was listening to Bernard Hawkins talking on his podcast with Joe Rogan, and he was explaining how he was able to last so much longer compared to his counterparts. And he was able to outlast his counterparts because of the lifestyle, the discipline, what he put into his body, what he educated himself on, what he was doing during the times that he wasn't boxing is what made the difference in the long run. Mm-hmm. Thank you. I mean, yep. So you want to be multidimensional as a man. You don't want to be just one thing, especially in today's world where we exist in a time where everybody claims to be the best everything. And there's no real way to prove that. And so when you can't be the absolute number one or the best at whatever you do, the better option is to be you. And it makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. It's 1 + 1 and it equals 2. But see, most niggas don't listen, so that's why they don't know what to do. And that's a wrap. And so what I realize is by being uniquely me, by being an educator, like that's my gift. I have the ability to fucking educate. I've been a teacher, a tutor. I've taught so many kids. I tutored so many different people, so many different variations, all the way from like top flight academic college kids to like retarded bad kids that are like in prison camps, low key. And I find the commonality is they all have the one thing in common, which is they understand game. We develop our strength through combined opposing forces together. That becomes our edge. Being a pianist and a handyman seems like they won't work exactly, and that's the game, man. The game is about being uniquely you, developing you. And when you develop you, you keep putting in new inputs that are positive and constructive. You can't have nothing but a good product, and that product is you. And that's what I'm selling with this handyman thing. Like I had a lady today. I went to their house, and she said the reason I chose you to come do our house is because that you had a picture of yourself in a funny little pose, and I realized, okay, this person's trustworthy because the people took a picture and he took this funny pose, and it looks like somebody I would like to have in my house. Look like we would enjoy his company. It very much so. And I begin to understand people so much more. All these experiences I'm having as a handyman, talking to people, combining, working with people, I begin to start to understand and identify the commonalities of all people. And we're all very much alike. We're all very much the same. But it's very difficult for people to understand that because most people spend their time on the internet. They see understand they look at the interweb, they look at themselves looking like a clone. And they want to mimic the clone because they don't know what else to do. Like they don't know how to be you. And so when you learn how to be you and you become unapologetically you, you start to see a whole world of things open up to yourself. And that's one of the biggest things I started to identify within this game is like the more I became independent. And there's a great book. I think his name is Walt Emerson or whatever the fuck Emerson something, but his thing is called Self Reliance. And he went off in the woods and he took like a year or something to write the book. But he's like, once you begin to realize that you can only rely on yourself to be prosperous, you would then open up to the abundance of gifts that the world has to offer you because people are looking for somebody who's themselves. They want to be led. Like you don't realize how often people want to be led. So many people are clueless about their lives and they wander this earth just lost. And they're looking for some beacon, some sign to show them what to do, how to become better, how to live this finite existence we have called life. And when they see somebody just being a character, being themselves, just enjoying who they are, it attracts them because most people don't like who they are. Most people don't like their flaws. Most people don't want to embrace their flaws. They try to hide their flaws. And women do this the most. Women are the ultimate cope masters when it comes to like being who they are. Because most women don't want to be women, they want to be guys. And what you see in this current age is like there's so many guys who don't act like men, they don't want to be leaders, that what they do instead is that they try to become the man that they always wanted and they reflect that man in their look. So the boss chick, she's coping with the idea that she can't find a man by trying to become the man, and hopefully that would attract a man who is like what she wants. But the problem she doesn't understand is there's polarity. If you want to be this dominant, I am woman, hear me roar, you're not going to find a guy who's a lion who's going to try to combat you. He's like, I don't, well, it's too much work for me. Why do I do all that fighting for? And so he'll just avoid you. And so they think, okay, well, if I just become more man like, I'll attract it. I'll get some guy to do it. And then all they do is they end up attract weak guys because once again, polarity, opposites attract each other. This is a common force within our universe through magnetism, electromagnetism, through physics. If you hit something, an equal or opposite force comes back at you. That's why you break your head if you punch somebody. All these things are like it's just the 1 + 1 of reality. God damn it. And so I'm becoming a rapper because I'm going to attract the opposite of what people want. So if I become a positive rapper who's talking about constructive and positive things, what I'm going to attract is wayward youth because they're going to listen to me. It's going to be something completely different. And that's why white kids really love like trap rappers because it puts them in the lifestyle. It lets them kind of feel the lifestyle, what it would be like to be like a drug dealer or a gangster. And that's something they always fantasize about because people want to be the opposite of who they are. Because, like I said, most people don't have a very good relationship with self. And because they don't have a good relationship with self, they need to escape themselves. So, like usually the guy who's like the biggest gangster is usually the most hurt child who feels alone, that doesn't have anybody, and he thinks that by being this character, I'll attract people, and he does attract people, but it attracts the opposite type of people that he needs in his life. And so I'm using like reverse psychology, like highest level reverse psychology, by being a corny, lame, elementary rapper, but I'm speaking real deep shit. And I'm going to catch your ear because I'm going to have melodies, and I'm working with my producer. I want to produce like beat trap drill beats, but based off piano classics, like shit that you never heard, and then see how to remix or edition it. Yep. Even myself, to some degree, I'm playing a character. See, as a young kid, I was very quiet. I wasn't very interactive. I was extremely quiet as a young kid. I rarely said anything, rarely talked. And now as a man, I've become like the opposite of what I was. I still have that, like when I'm alone in myself, I'm still very quiet and I keep to myself. But now as I age into a man, I force myself to be more extroverted and be extra out because I understand I'm going to attract other introverts. See, extroverts don't want to kick with other extroverts because it's just a clash of energy. So if you're really a real true extrovert, you try to be quiet to bring in the quiet people. And so you can it's like it's all like humans are all reflective. It's very interesting, like our entire like our lives. We're very reflective. We're very coping mechanisms because nobody wants to display their weaknesses. So they overly compensate on the weakness and make it look like a strength. That's why tall guys try to really pretend like they're tough and badass. But in real life, a tall guy he's just a goofy tall nigga. In most of his life, he's been a goofy tall nigga, so he has to put on this front like he's a big, strong alpha man in order to fucking counteract like his natural state of being like a lost boy or a skinny boy that got picked on for being the tall, goofy kid in class. And that's why tall guys get ran by bitches because like they just want to feel like they're, I don't know. It's just an interesting dynamic when you got with human beings. And the more I study, the more I talk to people, the more I really interact and exchange with people, it's like I begin to like understand them almost too well, to the point where there's really no mystery with people to me anymore. Like, unless I meet myself, like a doppelganger myself, unless you meet like a true character in life, and there's not many true characters in this particular age. Like guys who really are unauthentically in themselves, very rare, and they're very confusing. And I started to realize when most people are trying to make fun of me and shit, or they try to come at me, it's because they're confused. They're trying to see like what makes this guy tick. Well, if I call him black, he'll crack. But no, that's really whack. And I try to tell him, nigga, ain't no going back. So what you gonna do? You gonna sit back and relax? Nah, I don't have anything else after that. That was about all the rhymes I got. But what you start to realize is rapper Apex hard as fuck. Thank you, sir. Apex the rapper. He's your top homie. And so it's interesting. So I'm going into this rap thing. I found a producer. He's deep into the Mac Miller game. He was a super Mac Miller fan. So I was like, oh, we can definitely rock. And so I'm gonna have a meeting with him on Sunday. We're gonna start developing up. Like I already sent him some lyrics. What I'm saying, he's like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "Dude, it's pretty good." I'm like, "Thank you, brother." And so we're gonna work. Hopefully, I drop the album before Christmas. the mountain. That's just funny. And I just want to help people become prosperous. And the youth needs a voice. The youth doesn't have a voice. NBA YoungBoy can't be the youth's voice. It can't be. Yeah, shout out to C4. I met a guy who actually works as a salesman for C4. He gave me like a nice little package. I knocked out like some TVs for him this today. He was a cool dude. And so he gave me a bunch of C4. So I was drinking that shit, bro. I drank the one that wasn't like the, oh my God, my face started fucking tingling. My fingers and shit started going fucking crazy. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, am I having a panic attack? What the fuck's going on here? So yeah, shout out to C4. It's just pretty delicious. Yeah, man, that shit put me down. I was fucking, I thought I was like having like goose. I don't know what the fuck was happening to me. But yeah, man, we're dropping the mount. I'm gonna tell you guys real life stories. Probably have a bonus clip or a bonus thing. Make some videos to it, and just have fun, man. We're producing. I'm trying to make great masterpieces. I'm trying to really leave a legacy for motherfuckers. And it's kind of trippy to me sometimes because I look at the blessings that are occurring in my life, and I'm saying I need to share my story with other people to inspire them. Because at some point I'm gonna be gone, and all my work will be gone. But I need to leave some type of legacy, some lasting legacy for motherfuckers. Yerba Mate. I drank some Yerba Mate this morning. But the largest message is I'm trying to inspire and get people to think a little bit differently. Because if I can get you to think different, I can get you to start questioning things and you start looking at things objectively, your life gets objectively better. And I look at these cooked OGs like Zerka and GG33. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, these are the guys that are like showing the young niggas how to fucking maneuver. I'm like, this is horrible. Like, bro, why are you out? Like, this nigga Zerka's like a 30-something plus year old man. Why are you kicking it with 20-year-olds and you're fucking doing Joker laughs, knocking drinks out of their hands, starting fights, treating women like shit? Like, listen, young guys, I'm trying to tell you something. Women don't want to fuck. Like, they want, okay, I take that back. They want to fuck. Zerka has no potential. See, potential is for a young nigga. You don't have no potential. Potential doesn't exist. Potential is not real. Potential, everything has potential. Like this can, it has potential, but it's not until it goes in motion that it then has energy. Because energy is a factor of motion. So Zerka's not, his potential is, it's like anybody else. You just exist. He's a matter. Everybody has potential. But where's your motion going? Is your potential being used to accelerate you to greater heights? Or are you crashing out? Are you blowing shit up? And right now, Zerka is leading a group of young men into fucking just a shitty ass situation. And like, it's sad because this is what gets promoted. But I'm telling you, as the internet begins to age and as we start having more restriction, a lot of these influencers are going to get canceled. And I promise you, I can almost assure you, one of these influencer and one of those like wild videos that be having, it's going to end up in like in a rape charge. It's going to end up in somebody getting maimed or somebody dying because it's not productive. And if you keep having to generate behavior occurring over and over and over and over, eventually it hits a fucking a threshold where there's no return. And that's what's dangerous about like just fucking pussy, because you keep fucking pussy. Then eventually you get to a point where that's all you know how to do. You don't know how to have a relationship. And that's what we're seeing with so many women. I'm seeing so many women cope because they look at men and they said, this guy is just, oh my God, like there's no men out there that are helping me out. There's no men that are steering me in the right direction. There's no light. There's just a lot of dark people out there. Like, I have a very interesting story. I met this lady, and like this one kind of almost had me crying, man. It was very very, very traumatic to a degree. But we were talking and she's telling me, oh, my boyfriend's coming back. He's gone at work right now. And I come in her house and she has me put up like some paintings and put her TV up. And like as I'm doing the paintings are very, very like how can I put it? Very twisted, like very sad, very beautiful, but very twisted. It almost reminds me like of the vibe of like I would say like James and the Giant Peach or what's that? Madeline. There's like this one, like one of those really like creepy Halloween movies. Or Caroline. I don't know if you guys ever seen Caroline. Caroline is one of the craziest movies I ever seen. Like that shit's it's kind of terrifying and traumatic. Yeah, yeah, there we go. Tim Burton. There we go. Tim Burton. That's his name. And she's telling me about her boyfriend. She has a cat, and I can see pictures. She has pictures of her boyfriend up in the house, and like I can see he has the boyfriend's clothes are there, his guitar, but there's no signs of the boyfriend. I'm like, why every time I come to her house? Because it's like my third time visiting. Every time I come to her house, the boyfriend's never there. And so we're talking, and every time I come there, she leaves me. She gives me she pays me well. She doesn't even like questions. She just says, "So how much does it cost?" I'm like, "Well, whatever. It's this much," and she'll add like an extra $100 to it. I'm like, "Wow, thank you. I really appreciate that." But I never see any signs of the man. And so I started realizing, like, when I looked at the picture with her and her boyfriend, her hair was like kind of black, and she looked a little bit younger. It was like a much younger picture. And when I looked at her now, she's starting to gray. I was like, interesting. Like, how old is that picture? I started thinking about some stuff, and I had a realization. This woman she's traumatized. I think her boyfriend either is a missing because I don't think the boyfriend broke up with her. Because if a boyfriend breaks up with a woman, typically the woman gets rid of all the fucking things about the guy, and she tries to forget him. Or like if he dies, like there might be some pictures, but she knows she can move on with life, and she has to kind of go. But she still was clinging on to this boyfriend. And I'm like, the boyfriend's not around. I'm like, what's going on? And I realized something. I think, oh my God. I think either the boyfriend died or he's a missing person. Like maybe he just left the house one day and he never came back. And she tried to reach him and she couldn't reach him. She couldn't reach his phone. And I was like, oh, that's why she has like all these like kind of twisted Tim Burton type pictures. Like she's traumatized. She's in limbo right now. She doesn't know what to do with her life because she doesn't want to move on. Because I imagine her and her boyfriend had like such a great relationship and they had a lot of love for each other. And now the guy's just not around, but she doesn't know if he's dead or alive. And she can't move forward. And like I'm like her only, like at least I think she probably works from home. But maybe I'm like her only, yeah. That's the thing with artwork. Like things that are around people's house. Like one of the things I started to realize when you look around people's homes, it's very indicative of how they view themselves or what their mind is telling them. And like the artwork is not ugly artwork, it's very beautiful artwork, but it's very like creepy and twisted and very like Tim Burton-ish. And I was like, oh my God, this woman, she's going through like a mental breakdown, but she doesn't know which way she can break down into. Cause like one day she's thinking like my man's just gonna walk back into the house and everything will go back as it was. But he's not here. And it's fascinating to start to see how certain humans cope with the choice and decisions they made over life. And I had another crazy incident with a man. I actually wrote a short story about this. It's called A Perfect Day to Die. But I met this one older guy. He's probably 57 or something. He's from New York, and he talked like this. He was very raspy, very quick, very on the edge, always on the edge. Oh, I'm just always on the edge, just just rearing, always looking, always observant. And like I went to his apartment, and he lived at a high-rise apartment. He had all these things, all these TVs and all this shit all around his place. He had a fishing thing inside of his tub. And while I was sitting in his house, we're talking. I was like, because he had like a beautiful grand piano. Like that should have to be at least $20,000. Like fucking gorgeous. I'm thinking like, how the fuck you even get this piano in here? First of all, because like it's a grand piano and it's an apartment. And I'm like, do you play piano? He's like, yeah, I try. I try. And I look around his house and he has a bunch of like how to play piano, your first lessons of piano. And we're talking. The more we're talking, I find out what he does, and he's like, I do finance. I'm like, I work in economics. And I was like, interesting. He's like, yeah, my type of line of work. You make one. Do you think handwriting represents? Yep. I think handwriting definitely accurately represents what someone's in someone's head, because it's a direct correlation from your mind to the neurological links into your hands, and it comes out as a dialect or whatever the fuck you want to call it, transcription. So if you see somebody with very good penmanship, it means they write a lot. And if you write a lot, that means you think a lot. If you think a lot, that means you're always questioning things. You're communicating with yourself. So it really represents a higher form of intelligence. If you see very sloppy, I don't know, Ben. Well, it depends. I don't know. My handwriting is pretty good, so maybe I'm a retard. I don't know. Maybe it's a possibility. Or maybe like, yeah, I have to show you guys my handwriting one of these days. But the guy was telling me, like, he's from New York, and like I was putting the TV up, and he's telling me all these things, like you should do it like this, and what about this? And he was very meticulous about how everything had to be. It had to be perfect, 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 bro. It has to be perfect. And I was like, dude, I was like, but like I wasn't fighting back with them, because one of the things I kind of realized as a handyman, it's like a lot of times when people are like, it comes from a state of anxiety, because people are letting you as a stranger come into their house and put something in their house permanently, and they're paying you money to do it. So it's very, very high risk. Like one of the things with a handyman is you have to be nerves of steel. You can't be in there fucking like, oh, jidgety and fidgety. Like it's not going to work out well for you, because your nervous energy is going to transfer over to the people, and then they're going to get nervous, and then they're going to make you more nervous, and then you're gonna make a fuck up. Give me 1 second. Let me take a piss. All right. Whew. All right. Had to get that out. So back to this New York guy. So we're chopping it up. Yep. You don't want to be all giggly. You want to have a firm, very good confidence. You never want them to see you sweat. It's like you're fighting. It really is like you're fighting, because they're fighting the urge to not fucking, because they're trusting you to do some shit in their house. But anyway, this guy, like I basically calm his nerves down, because I will walk him through and explain. Like he tell me, can you do this? I'm just like, yeah, but then you don't want to do this, because if you do this, this is what's going to happen, and then you're gonna have this problem and blah blah blah. I was explaining, walking him through, and then eventually I got him to drop his fucking his guard. Because really, like once again, fighting is very, very good. Not the ROI as a fight career, but as far as psychology and understanding human beings. Fighting will teach you a lot about another human being. And it gets rid of that fear and anxiety of just talking and doing people, because you realize there's no threat of violence. This guy's not going to punch me in the face if I say something wrong, as long as I don't escalate. So a lot of times when people are throwing verbal things at me, I'm just dodging, slipping. Okay, yeah, slip. No, you should do like this, because this is why this is going to happen. Slip. Yeah, and so let me do this for you, because if you look from this position, it's going to look better in this way you're looking, and so forth and so forth. So me and the guy, we're conversating, we're going back and forth, and like he's taking every precaution to make sure the TV doesn't get fucked up. But I'm looking like the guy got money out the fucking wazoo. I can tell he's not broke. And I was like, so what are you doing? He's like, well, in my type of line of work. He's like, my type of line of work. I got about 2 more years of before I can retire. And he's like, the thing about my job is like you could be doing it perfectly for 8, 9 years, and one fuck up, just one fuck up, and you lose all of it. Gone. So yeah, I'm always on edge. I'm always on fucking edge. And that's the motherfucker who's talking to me. Like, dude, nigga's a real life movie character. And so this is another, it also taught me another thing about definitely go have a family, people. Like, go find you a decent woman that you can work some shit out with and have kids, because it's not lovely. On the other side of being a bachelor, like, yeah, it's fun being a bachelor in your 20s and 30s, even maybe your 40s. But bro, at a certain point, it gets to the point where like it gets lonely, it gets very dark, very dark. That's one of the things I noticed about older guys that never had kids or family. Is very dark, very dark. And so I could tell the guy I lowered his anxiety and I got done with the first job and he's like, "Hey, you want to make some more extra money?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. What do you need me to do?" He's like, "Hey, I got this other TV. I want to put it up right here." And it's like a frame Samsung TV and it's like in a kind of a conspicuous place. And like he wanted to have it just kind of there. And like it really is kind of out of place, but it's just something to look at. And so me and him, we work this project out, we knock it out. And then he's like, "How much you gonna charge me?" He's like, "The first TV is 130." I was like, "Look, for this TV, like I'll do it for 115. Like it's nothing to me." I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm walking out the door with 200, so I'm fucking happy." And so he goes into his room and he comes back out. And one of the things he was telling me, he's like, "Hey, do you like what you do? Like, what do you think about it? Like, he's like, is this your passion?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah. I enjoy problem solving. Like, I enjoy the conversation, meeting people, putting up something that's permanently in their house, and that they're always going to remember me by it. Like, it's actual work. They can see that this is the work that I've done, and it's me." And he's like, "That's very nice, man. That's beautiful." He's like, "You know the old." I'm like, "What about you? Do you like what you do?" He's like, "Well, let me tell you something. You remember the old Jim Carrey quote?" I was like, "What do you mean? What's the old Jim Carrey quote?" He's like, "Jim Carrey had a quote. Uh, make sure you chase your passion in life as opposed to chasing the money. Because at least if you fuck up and you fail, at least you still got your passion." And he's like, "Guess what?" He's like, "I chose the money." And it was dark. I said, "Oh shit, nigga. This is some dark shit, nigga. I'm fucking spooky. EBGBs, nigga." And so uh the reason I call it a perfectly good day to die, because I think that guy was like not suicidal, but I think I might have pushed him over the edge of suicidal to some degree because he invited me, like he's like, "Yeah." He's like there was some football game coming on Saturday. He's like, "Yeah, I might go to the bar, I might go watch the football game. Yeah, whatever. Maybe go to the bar." He's like, it's tough to make friends out here. Because he's been in Texas for about fucking niggas laughing. "Hey, this is serious, nigga. I think I killed a nigga. I think a nigga gonna take his life because of me." And I think he was realizing, like, he invited me to go fishing. Cause I was talking about, like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about fishing." He's like, "Oh yeah, you go fishing down these banks." He's like, "There's all this good bass and all the other types of shit." He's like, "Yeah, I'll take you out there." And he got my phone number, and when he sent the money, he went into the rule. "Yeah, nigga, very real. This is real, nigga. This is real life adventures, nigga. Real life adventures of a handyman, nigga." But you can't perceive these type of things. Like the average person is so money hungry and such a poverty mind state, they don't actually care about the human being. They don't really pay attention to things. They just worry about the job. See, I'm doing everything. Nigga. I tell people I'm the Floyd Mayweather, this fucking handyman shit, this TV mountain shit. Nigga. I end the fight when I feel like fucking ending the fight. So if I want to prolong it, talk, get some more information out of you, nigga, I'm like the FBI when I'm in that bitch. Nigga. I'm trying to figure out everything about you. Real savage. So he gets done. He goes into his room. He's like, "Oh, let me go take care of this real quick." Yeah, nigga, they ain't no joke, man. And so I get the Zelle. He's like, I gave you a little bit extra, brother. I gave you a little bit extra. And I looked, the nigga gave me $200 extra dollars. So I made $300 on that fucking job. Like 330, some shit like that. I was like, "Thank you, brother. I appreciate it." And like he's looking at like the picture. So like I don't know if you guys ever seen a Samsung frame TV, but they display artwork like kind of like this. Like if you look at like my picture back there, they show similar pictures, but it's like artwork from all different types of gallery, but it's like really high def and super visual for the eye. And so as I'm getting ready to leave, he's just sitting there staring at the fucking picture. He's like, "Oh, I could look at this all day, all day." And I was like, "All right, brother, I'll see you." He's like, "See you later, AJ." And I fucking left, and I got like this spooky feeling. I was like, "Oh man, that shit was chilly." But I think like that guy, and the reason I call it a perfectly good time to die is because that guy, like he chased money his whole life. He got to the top of his game. He's right at the end of the fucking game where he's on super on edge because at any point he can lose all of it. It can all just fucking go to shit. And then the thing, I don't think he's so scared about that. I think he's so on top of it that it's not going to fuck him up. But what fucked him up is like when I was asking, like, what do you plan on doing once you retire? He's like, I don't know, man. He's like, I feel like I have no soul left. There's nothing left out of me. He's like, I've been playing this game. I done it so long. I sacrificed everything to be the top of it. No family, no kids, no fucking girlfriend, none of that shit. I got the fuck out of New York. I thought it would be better. No, it's still the fucking same. And I was like, fuck, man. And like, he's like, maybe I don't know, maybe I might go coach football. I think I'll be good at that. But who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? And I was like, shit, nigga, this is. And so I realized, like, nigga, fuck money, nigga. I don't give a fuck about some goddamn money. Nigga, you can take my shit, nigga. I won't be that nigga. But low key, I might pop up on dude. I might go to his apartment, see he's still alive. And because nigga, it's like a high-rise apartment. This nigga's like on the 40th floor. But like, I don't think he has no family. He probably doesn't. He might. To be honest, keeping 100 with you, I would not be surprised if he left his entire like fortune probably to me and just went off and died. Because I was probably the first person that actually like gave a fuck and kind of like talked to him like as a human being. Didn't look at him for cash. And that's another thing you start to realize about the handyman. I can almost call it. I'm calling it right now. I'm probably going to inherit like 5 or 6 properties from old people because these old niggas love me. And like, I might get a truck. I might get a whole lot of shit from a lot of old people because like, nigga, go say hello to your grandparents, fucking niggas. You niggas don't say shit to your grandparents. You listen, I talk to your grandparents. They don't fuck with you guys. I'm telling you right now. Your grandparents don't fuck with you guys because they know that all you're going to do is try to come and get some money from them when they get ready to die. So they're going to fuck around and leave the money to the handyman because I'm the only person that kicks it with them and hangs out with them and I enjoy being with them. But anyway, man, that was that was a scary ass fucking like spooky shit, nigga. Spooky. And Loki, I'm not gonna lie to you niggas, man. I might have like handyman PTSD, nigga. Because I'm telling you this shit, like I'm too good at reading people. Like it's eerie how good I am at reading people and kind of deciphering things like because once again, you gotta think of the wealth of experience I fucking experienced in my life, man. Referee, especially in high pressure situations. So when I'm coming as a handyman, there's no pressure on me. It's just like I do the job, I finish when I fucking finish. There's no boss over me. So I'm relaxed. Everybody else is on edge because you don't really realize that a lot of people in today's society are fucking on edge. They're one fucking from just snapping and losing all of it. Hella, you went to Hunko Mundo and met a hollow man. Yeah, nigga. I think he was a hollow man. And no, real shit. There are hollow people out there. There are people that don't feel like they are even alive. Like something people always tell me is like you have this fire in your fight. You have like a fire in your eyes. Like there's like this aura, this rage, not a rage, but you have like this fire shit about you. Like, oh, I'll give you guys one more story, nigga, about this this bitch that tried to fucking, oh my god. Yeah. Cause I see myself living that nightmare. Lux apartment, top of the game, no sons, not gonna lie, it messed me off for real. Yeah, dude, that's a nightmare. See, that money shit, it looks good from the outside, but he was surrounded by nothing but dead things. The only thing that was changing is him. And he can't even tell that he's reflecting that he's changing because he has no long-term friends. And probably the reason he didn't invite, because we were supposed to go fishing on Sunday. That was last week. He probably didn't invite me because he's so sharp. He was a sharp motherfucker. Because he was saying, like, dude, it's pretty impressive. Like, he was telling me, you're pretty impressive the way that you algorithmize, like, the way that you do your work. You already see what's going to go wrong before it goes. Like, you're calling off the variables before you see it, and you're actually right on it. I was like, yeah, well, I'm like a master of this shit. I've been doing it for fucking a year now. I've been doing a handyman work, like, getting paid for it for about a year and some change. Like a year, 2-3 months now. Full time for about 4 months now. Like, hand them out to feed myself. And so what I realized is that guy, he didn't want to invite me out to go fishing because he realized I already know how this is going to end. We'll probably go out, we'll fish, we'll hang out a couple times, then eventually he'll go off in his life. He'll get wife, he'll get married, and then eventually I would have lost another friend, and then I'll be lonely again, even more painful because I really like this guy. This guy's actually not like he's not even money hungry. He enjoys the passion of what he's doing. And he's like, rather than even have that attachment, yeah, like rather than even have that attachment, rather than even like get to that point where I'm gonna get hurt because another friend I lost because now he's going off to have a family, he's out the game. It's like, what's left for me? And there's a lot of old guys living in desperation like that, man. There's a lot. That's a real crisis in America, which is the lonely old man. The lonely old man. Listen, people, find you a decent woman, even if she's ugly. Don't let her listen. The best hooker is not always the best looker. That's why I'm preaching the Asian forward, because when you get to a certain age in life, you're not fucking. You only want to fuck your girl after. Like any guy talks about, I love fucking my girl all the time, bro. You get tired of fucking your girl after like the third or fourth time, and then it just becomes more like, man, I just gotta get a nut off, and I guess this is better than being off. That's the real facts about the matter. Niggas don't want to admit that, but nigga, every girl I had that I was fucking, I was tired of fucking after about maybe like the third or fourth. And then at that point, it's like, bitch, let's do some real fun shit. Let's go like learn things in life. Let's go be something greater than fucking just a dick and a fucking pussy. Like there's more to life than that. You got to really think about it. Like fucking is only 1% of the fucking game when it comes to a woman, if that. And that's early on, even in your 20s and 30s, nigga. That's really like 1-2%. What are you doing the other fucking 98% of the time? And what guys don't realize, and once again, it's fucking bizarre to me. When I look at most relations, the modern relationship is basically two independent contractors that are doing their own thing, and they kind of just combine to go fuck together, like when they're fucking horny, I guess. But it fucks the game up, because then like there's no building, there's no productive, and when you're fucking somebody, you're shooting for a baby, nigga. That's the point of the fucking. Like there's supposed to be an outcome. So when there's no outcome to the fucking, all it does is lead to degenerate shit. That's why most relationships that are built on sex are highly fucking toxic. Because the only way that you can ignite the passion of the fucking again is by doing some crazy shit. So a bitch slaps you, she might go cheat on you doing cocaine. There's all types of crazy shit. Like niggas be going out. Like I'm telling you, because I know this shit from experience. That's why I'm not speaking out of my ass. See, a lot of niggas out here think they speaking out of their ass. No, nigga, I'm telling you, this is facts. Any nigga that had the most toxic relationship, the reason the sex is so great because it ignites that passion. Because you guys are not fucking to have a family or be productive, so it only can go one other way, which is negatively. Until you get to the point where it's like, damn, now we're in a real situation. And like, nigga, here's last time. I'll give you guys this final story. Then I'm about to fucking get back to my studies and my fucking piano shit. So, nigga, I'm at the bar. I'm chilling. I'm working on writing the mount. I'm working on my album. I'm crying, nigga. Working on my album. Who would have guessed? Who would have fucking guessed, nigga? The science teacher is now a fucking rapper, full-time trapper, full-time money stacker. Fuck with a real nigga. Make sure you be dapper. So anyway, I'm sitting at the bar. I'm writing, and I peep like this one lady. And she's with like 3 other dudes. Now, mind you, it's about 9-10 o'clock at night. I should have had my ass indoors anyway, but it's a fucking Wednesday. Like, who's outside drinking on a Wednesday, nigga? So I'm like, fuck it. Sexual energy transfer. Yep, that's the facts. Save your fucking dick. Listen, and one last thing, guys. I'm trying to tell you guys this, fellas. If you stop fucking women and you start looking at them as like human beings, like everybody talks that shit. Oh, I'll look at her as a human being when I get the pussy. Like fucking caveman, you'll be surprised what women will show you when you don't want to fuck them, when you oppose to fucking them, even though they're trying to give it to you. Because like I said, it's opposites attract. It's all psychology. When you're not trying to fuck them, they want to figure out why you're not trying to fuck me. Why are you like this? Because every other fucking guy I come across wants to fuck me. So why is this guy not trying to fuck me? And they become like almost obsessed with you. And then they'll start to like give you resources. They want to figure out what is in this human being's brain that he has elevated past fucking. And see, this is the next level fucking dick control game. Niggas don't have that type of control, but you can only learn this once you fuck with an escort. And the escort's a true test, because once you fuck an escort and you pay your money and you do the deed, you realize, oh my God, pussy's just been an illusion my whole life. Like, what the fuck? Like, I've been out here trying to fucking fuck all these girls, and I got pussy, and it was like, what the fuck? Like, this is so pointless. This is such a pointless act. And like, you realize it's the way that she treats you. Like, when you take sex off the table, you know sex is not like when you know sex is going to happen, you know it's guaranteed to happen to you. It removes that cloud of fucking like I don't know, like the dick cloud of fucking pussy control that's on your mind. And once that shit gets shattered, you can never just fuck again. Like, you just look at it like, why am I fucking? Like, there's so much more fun things to do with women as opposed to fucking. Like, I can teach her how to become a better human being, and in response, she gives me things. Breathing fleshlight, curiosity. Nigga, what? But anyway, so I'm chilling at the bar. I'm working on the mount. I'm dropping lyrics and shit. And so I see this lady. We lock eyes. I'm like, fuck, because she's gonna try to make a move on me. So I'm chilling, 2 beers deep. I see her I guess her boyfriend, or I don't know, whatever guy she's with. She waves him by, and he goes off with his other top gay friends. And it's like the 3 top gays. They get in the Uber and they leave. So I watch the girl. She's walking around. I see her spin the block a couple times, and she's looking at me. And and once again, nigga, I got the fucking shadow eyes, nigga. I see. Once again, I play football, so I got vision. Like my perception of things. Because when I look at regular human beings, you niggas move slow as shit. Like, you're talking to a savage that was working at like high speed, click, 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 go, go, go. Like, nigga, like making life and death decisions within split seconds. So when I'm watching normal humanity, I'm just like, you niggas are slow. So I watched the bitch spin the block 2 times. She pulls out her phone, and then she walks up to me. She's like, "Oh my god, can you help me, please?" I'm like, what can I help you out with?" And she's like, "Well," he's like, I can't get my Uber. Like, for some reason, my Uber's not working, and like, can you just put it in for me?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And so she gives me her phone, and like, I put the shit in, and it fucking works perfectly. Also, get the goddamn likes up, nigga. How is there 2 likes? There's 7 niggas in this thing. Fucking hating ass niggas. Niggas just come in and get this game and don't want to pay homage. Fuck niggas. Shut this whole space down. But anyway, uh she's like, okay, she gives me the fucking phone, and I'm putting in the fucking details, like, okay, this is the bar we're at. I'm like, where's your hotel? And she's like, okay, it's this hotel. And she shows me the hotel, and it's like not too far, it's like down the street. And so I'm putting the information, and so she's like, okay, and she looks, she's like, oh my god, it's like the Uber's gonna take an hour and a half. And I look at the thing, the Uber says it's gonna be there like 10 minutes. He's like, oh my god, and like, it's like 10 o'clock. She's like, oh my god, my Uber's not gonna get here till like 11:45. He's like, what are you drinking? I'm like, I'm drinking apple cider. She's like, oh my god, you're so funny. And she just sitting there, she's chopping it up with me. And I'm talking to her, and she's like, what are you writing about? Like, how much I hate fucking guys. And she's like, why do you hate guys? I'm like, because they're bitch ass niggas. Oh, look at her. Look at all these fuck niggas. Just bitch ass. And I'm just going off on niggas. And she's looking at me like mind blown. Like, what the fuck? Like, who am I talking to? And so we're talking. And I look down at her like, no. She's like, oh my God. She's like, wait, hold up a second. Did you book a hotel did you just book a hotel on my phone for this place? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, no, you booked the hotel. Look at this. You booked the hotel for just tonight. Why did you book the hotel for tonight? I'm like, lady, what the fuck are you talking about? I didn't book shit. I've been sitting here writing on a pad, talking to you. And so she's like, oh my God. He's like, well, can you escort me to my hotel? Like, because I have to stay at the hotel now because like clearly you already paid for it and everything. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm not escorting anything. She's like, well, why? What? You're so gorgeous. What's going on with you? Like, are you straight? I'm like, yeah, I'm straight. What do you mean I'm not straight? And she's like, well, it's just like you're behaving like you're not straight. Like, what's going on with you? Like, don't you see me? I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And I was like, look, man, I'm like, bro, I'm happy just kicking right now, enjoying my space, like just chilling. She's like, I'm like, look, like I'll escort you. Just pay me like $100 because like just make it worth my time to go out there. She's like, what? She's like, oh my God, there's so many red flags. And like she got up and left. And like as she's walking, get ready to leave, she's like, and I was not going to fuck you. And I'm like, nigga, what? What are you talking about? What? What is this? And like I forgot to mention, this bitch had a diamond ring on her fucking finger, on a ring finger. And like I remember asking, like, are you engaged? She's like, no, I'm actually married. I have like 3 kids. Like I have a 7-year-old, I have a 4-year-old, and like a 2-year-old. I was like, why are you talking to me for? But anyway, besides the point, she got up and she like as she's walking away, she's like, and I was not gonna fuck you. And everybody's looking at me. I'm like, nigga. Oh. Yes, dude. Most guys would have cracked and clapped. Dude, if I didn't listen, if I didn't find escort and Asian Ford, nigga, I probably would have clapped. A younger version of me would have definitely clapped. But that fucked with me because I think for the first time, and she was a beautiful woman. She was like 34, 35, like pretty, decent figure, had a nice rack. Like she looked good, but it's just like I'm at a point in my life where I'm looking like, nigga, this shit can go bad so many ways. I'm doing the calculations in my mind. I'm like, fuck that. Now I'm gonna fuck around, fuck with a married woman. Then what happens, nigga? This nigga shows up at the fucking hotel. Now I gotta kill a nigga. And now I killed the nigga at the hotel. Now I got no. Like Charleston White said, nigga, no. We ain't doing that, nigga. Out of here. Fuck out of here. And this is when you reach your level of maturity where niggas need to start baptizing hoes with reality. Exactly. Could have easily line me up. Now she was she had like a dorky ass white boyfriend husband, so he's probably cuckish, and she was probably cheating on this thing anyway. But like, just the idea, like, I'm not taking no chances. Like, bro, first of all, I'm not fucking any girl unless you're paying me. You gotta pay me, because then if you pay me, you're gonna appreciate me for doing it. And I need you to let you know this is a service, nigga. I don't fuck for free. Have you ever bulled before? No, I've never bulled. Never bulled. I don't, nigga. I got too much self respect. Like you gotta come in maybe like 10 stacks. I might think about it. And bitches be listen, here's the thing with the handyman game. Hoes be trying to set you up, brother. Hoes will definitely be trying to set you up to fuck them, put you in a situation. So you really, and here's the crazy thing. They'll pay you more money for the second opportunity to do it again. So a lot of my repeat clients with like single chicks is like chicks they keep trying to test me. And they get more outrageous with every fucking event. So I gotta raise my prices, nigga. It's getting dangerous out here for Apex. It really is. I might just have to start fucking with. I might just have to keep working with old people because I can't trust these single hoes. The single girl, bro. I'm telling you guys, you niggas don't listen to me. If we stop giving dick and we stop giving attention, women would crash out within a month, and we would reset this whole thing. But a lot of niggas ain't got no dick discipline. I can't have another grown man underneath me while I'm dogging his wife. Yeah, it's crazy to me. Well, I'm not gonna say I can't. But the number has to be pretty outrageous, and I have to have some safety mechanisms in place. Like I need some DBAs, or I need some DNA or whatever. Do not disclose. I need some collateral. I need some property. I need to make sure that you are fucked if any of this shit gets out. Because nigga, if I fuck around be president and I got niggas come out the woodwork, hey, this nigga fuck my wife. Nah, I can't have it, nigga. Can't have it. That's too much. It's too much for me. But what I'm trying to just preach to the young niggas is I'm about to become a rapper so I can preach prosperity and education and constructive building things so we can fix this whole situation. Because I believe in the Fried Youth. One of the things I've realized about the Fried Youth have been very supportive in the DM since I started going after the cooked OGs. So my new target is now the cooked OGs. Pussy ain't going nowhere. And to be honest with you, like, you got to go back to nature. Animals don't just be fucking in nature like that, nigga. Animals, if you look at any of the top fucking mammals and shit, these niggas, they fight each other, they surviving, like they're too busy trying to figure shit out with their balls in their hands, looking at the sun and taking naps, be out here fucking. The only time they fuck is when it's time to make a baby. After they done beat off all the other male superiority, then they go and have a kid. No. I'm going after the cooked OGs because a lot of young niggas don't know that the cooked OGs are cooked. See, I gotta come. See, that's the thing. I gotta be the sacrificial lamb. And I got to go to war with the cooked OGs. And the cooked OGs are going to try to unite and try to go against me. V Grubs. Who the fuck is V Grubs? Long time no see. Nigga, who is you? State your name and your occupation, cut. Because here's the thing. I already got women support. Women rock with me heavy. Because women see I come in and I do real work and I actually want to see them win. Because and like I put a tweet out there. Do you agree with Kanye and a lot of things? What things do Kanye say? Nigga, listen, brother. I'm too busy mounting TVs worrying about myself. I don't give a goddamn what Kanye got to talk about. Kanye ain't saying shit because the nigga don't have any real skills. Kanye got no skill set. I'm calling it. Kanye's a cooked OG too. No, we gotta put that out there. Kanye's a cooked OG. Apex said it first, nigga. He's been crashing out for the longest time. You niggas just say, well, if you want to be like him, I'm a designer. You can never got back. Wait. Well, if you want to be like that, I'm a designer who you never got back and kept ignoring all messages. Nigga, what? So appreciate you for that. Have a good one. The fuck are you talking about, nigga? Brother, oh my god. See, this might be the fried you. It's nothing personal, nigga. Nigga, how am I supposed to know who you are from? Oh my god. See, this is the problem with a lot of young niggas. People are so self-absorbed that they don't think other people like exist outside of fucking the life that they're living. So they think that like they're the important ones. Where real shit is like, brother, like nigga, I have 100 people I'm servicing in the greater Austin community. I got a bunch of youth. Nigga, clarify, explain a little bit more. Shoot me a DM and they say, hey, I'm this guy from this thing. What's up, brother? How can I help you out? And I'll be like, oh, okay, nigga, I know who you are now. Nigga, how the fuck am I just supposed to know who a random fucking A9 is on the internet? That's what I'm saying, niggas. The audacity of niggas. The audacity. And niggas call me fucking entitled and fucking self-absorbed. Nigga, it's just, bro, I come to your stream and you said, who are you? Oh my God. Nigga, pray for the Fried Youth. But here's what I realized with the Fried Youth. And I'm going to get out of here because I need to get ready for Jake Paul. Not Jake Paul, but Logan Paul and Dylan Dance. I got to do a live stream on that one. What I realized is the Fried Youth, they're looking for a symbol. And so they just been copying what they see on the internet. Like they don't know any better because ain't nobody teaching them shit. That's why Tate was such a fucking phenomenon, because the Fried Youth, like they got no dads. I was a teacher. I was the only real nigga in the teacher. In every school I went to. Hey, Ray's kill shot. But the young nigga, because here's the thing, when I was a teacher, nigga, I got kicked out of every school I taught at because I eventually became the king of the Lost Boys. So every single place, like niggas like, oh my God, this nigga's too powerful. He's way too powerful. He's teaching the youth. He's telling them, he's not lying to them like we're all lying to him. He's teaching these young niggas how to get in the older OG's ass. Because a lot of these parents and a lot of these older teachers, they don't want the youth to fucking know that they full of shit. Because most people are full of shit. They truly are. And to some degree, like I'm full of shit, but I'm shitting myself out slowly. I'm slowly shitting the shit out. But the young Fried Youth, they don't have anybody to fucking reach out. They don't have OGs. When I was a young nigga, I had many OGs. I had many guys that I could speak to, talk to, that gave me information. Even today, I still got a lot of OGs that I kick it, I fellowship with, and I talk with that help me. Nigga, I fucking, oh my God, man. I'm trying to God. Niggas need their ass kicked, brother. But anyway, your OGs are supposed to show you like, hey, look, this is where I fucked up along the line. And if you don't do what I made this mistake, let me help you out so you can get like a better shake. See what I'm saying? And so like the Fried Youth, they have nobody to go to, whether it be women, kids, children. There's nobody for them to reach out to. There's nobody teaching them shit. So they go to the internet. And what they find on the internet is Andrew Tate. And Andrew Tate is this fucking figure, the Matrix, and he's cool and he's fucking flashy and all this other shit, but he ain't talking about a goddamn thing. Same thing with Zerka. Most of these niggas, they ain't talking about shit. And so the youth, Charleston White has a great fucking saying that the youth repeat what they hear and mimic what they see. And so they mimic Tate and they repeat what they hear, and they become these red pill fucking incel niggas, and they start to hate women, and they realize, oh, I'm just gonna get money and then fuck chicks because that's what Andrew Tate does, and that's what all these other cool niggas do, and they fuck the game up for everybody. So like a real nigga like me, the OG, it's very difficult for me to find a date because most women have never been like checked. Like I remember one of my favorite girlfriend of all time. Man, she was 28. I think I was 30. She was 28, 27. And I was the first guy to ever like check her on shit. Like the first time she's like, well, I'm just leaving. I'm walking away. I'm like, all right, baby, I'll see you. And then she just will leave. And then she will like look back. She's like, why is he not coming for me? Why is he not chasing? What the fuck is going on? And she'll start having fucking mental breakdowns. And then it all starts coming out, all the trauma. And see, a lot of niggas ain't really like, they're not really about that game because they're not willing to work through the trauma with a bitch. See, I'll sit there. That's why I'm saying no fucking. Like you shouldn't be fucking. You should, before you meet a chick, first of all, get sexually tested before you even start fucking. That should be the first thing off rip. Okay, babe, let's get the clinic. Me and you, let's go to the clinic together. Let's see what we got, if there is anything before we even start fucking raw. Some of you niggas just fucking raw and not even asking questions, and then wonder why you got chlamydia dick. And then you niggas surprised. Oh my God, my dick, nigga. Oh, my dick. And I'm saying that's what I'm saying. So the sexual, like Gen X women, god damn it, pray for. I'm praying for them because you young niggas ain't got no fucking discipline. And so you need to start working out her trauma. And then you need to start figuring out who is this chick? What has she been doing before she met you? And then work back the trauma. Man, I have girls break down in front of me, man, just because I'm just not trying to fuck them. They feel like the energy of like a dad. And I was the first real nigga to actually be like a dad to them. And I remember like the best moments with that girl that was with when I was with her, was us just sitting down, fucking watching UFC fights in the bed. Not even fucking, just laying down watching UFC fights. And sometimes she would just start crying in my arms. And I'm like, shit, man, what's going on? She's like, this is the greatest thing ever. He's like, I just love you. I appreciate you because you treat me like a human being. And then nigga, and see, at the time, I was too young to understand what the fuck's going on because I'm just like, nigga, what the fuck, nigga? We just kicking it, brother. This is what I do. I vibe it. But now with like hindsight, 30 hindsight, a nigga can understand, man, a bitch been through some fucking trauma, nigga. And I was the only nigga that actually give a fuck. Most niggas don't give a fuck. And so I preach this message not about just women, but just people in general. Start caring about each other, nigga. We gotta treat each other better. Because if we don't, nigga, we all gonna crash out together, nigga. And then what? What happens when humanity crashes out and we go into fucking Mad Max world? Yeah, nigga, y'all don't want to see that because then nigga Apex the ruler will really be around this bitch. Walk around with a sword beheading niggas. Islam versus Volk 2. Who you got? I'm going with Volk. I'm going with Volk. But anyway, appreciate you niggas for listening. I'm about to go ahead, get some work in. I'm going to Bane Juice. I'm going to Bane Juice when that happens. What the fuck? What is this nigga talking about? All right, people. Appreciate you niggas. I'm out.